It looks like I am pounding my meat all by myself tonight. I didn't get the memo. Apparently there wasn't going to be a show. But you know what? I got too many of you guys messaging me asking if there was going to be a show tonight. And I can't disappoint you. I got a guy, bro, in the UK watching, staying up late just to watch the show. I got to do some solo pounding shit, bro. All right? This is it. It's not going to be a long show because I'm talking with myself. I'm going to be talking to you guys. It's just going to be an intimate show tonight, just you and me. Okay? But there was too much that happened in the wrestling world for us not to go live. Let's say hello to the people. Kirk, I hope you're still with me, man. You commented a long time ago. What's up, Miguel? Mr. Beefy, I know you were bummed out, but we're live, buddy. There is no dropping of the phone intro tonight. I'm sorry, that was last week only. Mr. Beefy, he's still with me. My guy, Nico, how are you, bro? Juan, too many Canadians on my phone at the moment. What can I say, bro? If you don't like it, change the channel. Robert Harrop, my man, who stayed up late asking if there was a show tonight. There is. Mr. Beefy's getting intimate. He's turning the lights down low. My name is Matt Panetta. This is Pounding the Meat Podcast. The first time I've ever done this live by myself. It is what it is, bro. A lot of wrestling this week. Fun-filled, packed weekend with Double or Nothing and King of the Ring. King of the Ring was on Saturday in Saudi Arabia, and then Double or Nothing was in Las Vegas on Sunday, bro. Did you guys watch it? Mr. Beefy is cracking open the bottle of wine. Bro, slow down, okay? Take it easy. Let this moment, let it last. I don't want you to get really drunk right now. Did you guys watch any wrestling this week? Double or Nothing on Sunday or King of the Ring on Saturday in Saudi Arabia? A lot even happened this week on NXT. If you guys watched NXT this week, a lot of people watched NXT. So much so, I believe the numbers are in. NXT drew a 703 viewership and 0.24 in the key demo. This is one of the hottest shows that they have had, I think, since joining the USA Network back in 2019. I think that's pretty impressive. Did you guys watch NXT? Technical difficulties. Some Jim Johnson, Mr. Beefy. NXT, if you didn't watch NXT this week, you missed a good show, and they set up a lot for the weeks ahead. Now, while AEW Forbidden Door is next month, it seems like WWE is doing their own version, right, of their Forbidden Door. WWE seems like they're invading TNA and vice versa. And this past Tuesday's episode of NXT saw the debut of former AEW wrestler Ethan Page and a shock appearance by the TNA Knockouts champion Jordan Grace. It's rumored that Grace has signed on for 3 appearances in NXT. And next week, she is going to be fighting NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez for the title. It's apparently a 6-figure deal, bro. It's a lot of money. Good for Jordan Grace. I'm not sure how many of you guys watch TNA. I know Mike Jones is a diehard. But yeah, I'm happy for her. We first saw her at the Royal Rumble this year, and now she is showing up on NXT programming. Robert didn't get a chance. Oh, Robert actually watched King of the Ring. He said it was great. He completely missed Double or Nothing. There's some mixed reviews about Double or Nothing, bro. Some people liked it. Some people didn't like it. Some people didn't like King of the Ring. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I like the afternoon shows. I like that the timing. Well, what are you doing here? Just pop on?
I can do that whenever I want to.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Joe. You can pop on whenever you want. I'm glad because without you, I'm just pounding my meat by myself.
Well, see, I didn't know you were on.
Well, I didn't know there was not going to be a show. if we're being fucking honest.
And so, a little short dude, he's like this high, yay high. He's like, yo, Panetta's on Solo. I'm like, huh? So I turn it on. No.
Oh.
So I'm like, huh. And I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, I need to be on there. I can't let somebody go on there solo.
Well, I appreciate that, Joe. I'm glad that a little person out there had my back and tried to save me from pounding my meat all by myself tonight. I'd like to pound the meat with you, Joe, every day, every week, if I had the opportunity. Joe, did you watch wrestling this weekend? You were a busy boy this weekend, so I don't know if you watched all the shows.
Dude, I watched King of the Ring. I didn't check AEW. I was a little busy that night.
It's okay. Did you see the highlights at least?
Yes.
A lot happened on Double or Nothing, and not so much Dynamite this week, but Double or Nothing was interesting to say the least. I was just going over NXT this past week. Yeah. One of the hottest NXTs that they have done since 2019.
I mean, even the ending of NXT, look at how amazing that was.
Absolutely. Dude, the fact that Jordynne Grace is going to be challenging for the NXT Women's Championship next week against Roxanne Perez. And I read that Perez asked not to know who her opponent was going to be. She wanted it to be genuine. She wanted to be shocked. I was shocked. I'm a big Jordynne Grace fan. I really like her. Glad that she's getting her flowers.
Her contract is up in a year with TNA. She's getting paid Robin money, is what I read.
6 figures, bro, for 3 appearances.
Yes. And I think she's defending her title. She has an open challenge for her title at one of the TNA pay-per-views, I think.
This is what TNA needed.
But even the ending with Ethan Page. What's crazy was Shawn Michaels was Ethan Page's stand-in.
That's
for
wild.
The rehearsals. So
that is wild, man. They were hiding them. They didn't want anybody to know that Ethan Page was going to debut and that Jordynne Grace was going to show up and go after the title. Man, when there's no spoilers, it feels like we're kids again. There's no dirt sheets. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Just a pure surprise.
Yeah. You didn't even know. Like, what I read about Ethan Page was like he was at the Performance Center last week getting his physical, putting the pen to the paper for the contract. And I mean,
I didn't even know that he had, I knew his contract was coming up. I didn't know when it was ending. He just was announced for the Big Rubber Guys action figures, the LJN kind of recreates that Matt Cardona and Brian Myers are producing. They're adding relevant new living active wrestlers to the line now. I think they're running out of legends that are not signed to a promotion that they can legally create or recreate if they had an original LJN. But Matt Hardy was announced as one of those figures, and Ethan Page, and I found that kind of shocking. And then a week later he shows up in NXT. So he signed that contract. Perfect timing. He's getting a Big Rubber Guy figure. Now he's signing to NXT, and he's going to be going after the champ.
Yeah,
bro. 700 and what did I say earlier? 700 and
was it 71?
703,000 viewers for NXT. I think AEW Dynamite this week in comparison had 780,000, but NXT's doing AEW numbers now. AEW is tying WWE's promotion or their third show, bro.
Yeah, it's It's the Tuesday, Wednesday night wars. I'm going to call it now.
It really is. They don't have to be on the same night, bro, to be at war with each other.
That's crazy. But with the TNA and like WWE, like this, like everybody was thinking like Scott D'Amore's gone from TNA. Will they still have a relationship?
Yeah.
I mean, here's what's crazy is you could see some WWE superstars in TNA. Like, imagine this. Somebody brought this up. AJ Styles is like, yo, I need a title shot. My time's. What if he goes to TNA and challenges for the world title?
Bro, Jones will shit himself. Like, AJ doesn't seem like he's going to get that WWE world title shot that he's been seeking.
Yeah.
I mean, if he goes back to where it all started, man.
I mean, look at what if Bobby Lashley makes an appearance in TNA?
What if Drew McIntyre goes back to TNA? What if Moose shows up on WWE programming? He's been in TNA for a very long time, and a lot of guys are hoping that he finally leaves the promotion when his time is up and he ventures elsewhere.
I mean, who wouldn't want to see like a Moose and Braun Breaker match?
Can you imagine that? That's just meat on meat, bro. I wonder if that means, I hope Jones is watching, but I wonder if that means the return of Dolph Ziggler in WWE.
That would be very interesting.
Right?
Dolph, we got you. Nope, I'm good right here.
He just sticks it to them. He's like, no, I can't do this. You guys let me go. You held on to me for 19 years and you didn't do anything with me.
Not happening.
No. But it's a cool concept. It's really neat to think about, and it's interesting to see what's going to happen. I can only imagine the numbers next week for NXT will be even higher than this week because they're already announcing matches.
It's crazy to think, like, you know, like the main roster, like who's going to show up. Now you got to worry about NXT, who's going to show up.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw Jordan Grace, like, I was like, oh, ooh, this is big. But then Ethan Page at the end, I'm like, oh, Shawn Michaels is going to do more with him. He made an impact more than in one night than his whole AEW.
I completely agree.
Run.
He was so, I don't even want to use the word underutilized. He wasn't utilized at all in AEW. The guy's got the look. He's a decent wrestler in the ring. He cuts a good promo. Like, he is a total package.
Yeah.
He just needs work. He needs exposure. He needs to be under the wing of someone like Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is cooking, man. I loved how he changed his profile on.
He's
on
still
Twitter.
a young guy, Ethan Page. I mean, he's still young.
30s, right?
34.
Yeah, man, he's got a lot of time ahead.
I mean,
a lot of time, and yet it was wasted. I don't even remember what they had him doing in AEW. It was probably something stupid. He was probably some faction doing nothing on Rampage.
Yeah, I think he lost his last match, and that was it.
I don't know what Tony Khan's doing these days, man.
Well,
I really don't. Like we give him a lot of flack, and rightfully so. I think every podcast that exists is jumping on the let's critique and criticize Tony Khan because I don't know what he's doing, bro. Did you hear that he's ripping up the script just like Vince used to?
I was just gonna say that he's talent is being like what I read. The reports are talent is like being flown in. Yo, we're not gonna use you tonight, or some talent has to get begged to fly in to be on the show.
Can you imagine your employer doing that to you, Joe?
Like they're changing scripts like 3 or 4 times. It's kind of like Nitro, what Mean Gene would say. Like you know, like 2 hours before the show. Hey, what are we doing? Don't know. You better know quick.
Tony Khan, he used to plan months and months in advance, right? Up until this point in time, he had storylines in any interview that he has had or conducted. He said that we already know what we're doing months at a time. Now he's booking AEW programming week to week. You know what that tells me? He can't do it anymore.
I mean, he could still put on a good pay-per-view.
I liked it. I thought it was a fun show. It was filled with your.
I don't like what he's doing right now with the world title.
Yeah, the fact
with
that
who's challenging Swerve.
Yeah, Will Ospreay. Just won the international title.
That's
and
what
now,
like. Why didn't you let Will Ospreay go after Swerve before the international title?
I don't
It's
know.
that forbidden door. Like, you gonna have Ospreay win or lose? Like,
If he loses, it has to be a like a dirty finish. Something has to happen. He can't lose clean. Absolutely not. But like you said, to your point, why make him win the international title?
and your buddy's the TNT champion.
My buddy. My buddy jumped off a cage and broke his ankle at 50 years of age, Mr. Copeland.
Completely missed that.
He missed the table, bro. He lit. It's just Macho Man all over again, bro.
Halloween Havoc 97.
Do you think he's done?
I mean, this injury's going to take a year.
It's not going to take like 6 months or 7 months like a younger, healthier talent would.
I want to say yes, but knowing him, he's going to want to come back.
Yeah, I think his mind is not going to allow him to.
I mean,
to call it quits or hang up the boots just yet.
But you're 50. This injury, like,
yeah,
how long will it take to heal? This age,
I don't know, man. Robert says, yeah, it is like Nitro all over again. I can't lie. I'm worried for AEW. A lot of us are worried, Robert. A lot of us, especially Tony. A lot of people backstage they're upset. And to your point before, Joe, being flown in and then not having anything to do on that show. Saraya, however you pronounce it. She was supposed to have a match with Mariah May on Dynamite that got cut. And you would imagine, given all of the reports, that means that it was likely changed relatively close to the start time of the show, if not during the show.
Like, because if she's having a match with Mariah May, my guess is they're going to push Saraya towards the title against Toni Storm. That's the way I would see it going if she's facing Mariah May.
Absolutely.
But I am digging Chris Statlander now, you know.
She's always had that look, and I was worried for her when she tore both ACLs, man. I've torn one ACL, and that was one of the most difficult recoveries from any surgery that I've had. But I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she's healthy. I'm glad they're utilizing her because she's one of the top female talent.
As a heel.
Yeah. She was an alien when she debuted. She'd like put her finger out.
Yeah. When Tony Schiavone would interview her.
What the fuck, man? I'm glad she's a heel. She's believable. And having Stokely as her manager, I like that. Now, I don't know if I would have done that on the pay-per-view. Maybe I would have saved that angle for Dynamite. Might have been too soon. But either way, I'm excited to see what happens with Statlander. David Cummings, don't forget the human matchstick Jack Perry.
I mean,
scapegoat.
Can Darby Allin's nickname be Hangman now?
Right? I think it's much more appropriate given what he did in the Anarchy at the arena. When
I saw that, I was like, whoo, yeah. A little too much.
They tried to pull out all the stops during that match, man.
They always do with that match.
I know it's over the top. That's the whole point. That's the gimmick, right? But there's got to be a limit, bro. It can't be a free for all. It can't be complete anarchy because then you lose the viewer too. But I'm not gonna lie, as stupid as it was when they lit Jack Perry on fire, I laughed. I was happy. I can't stand the guy. I hate his character.
Bucks got those fire extinguishers quick.
Oh man, that's the other thing too. The cameraman did a really shitty job. I think positioning that shot because you saw the fire extinguishers off to the side, and then you saw the Bucks kind of like waiting down or hearing the countdown. And so, all right, when's it gonna happen? It looked all over the place. Darby went in between the entrance. He's like waiting for Jack Bear to come out. Oh man, it was crazy. It's nuts.
It's like a stunt double, like in a movie, like just wait for your cue.
Yeah,
like
they've gotta work on that. If you can't really make that match believable. It's silly, it's hokey, it's fun. It's supposed to be like that, but there's certain subtle things that you got to do, at least for the TV audience, right, to make it better production. It looks cheap. It looks like they don't know what they're doing.
Very much so. I mean,
but I really hope this isn't true either, man. Tony Khan said that he is thinking and he's open to the idea of making Dynamite 3 hours long every week.
So you're going to replicate what Nitro did? And do what Raw is doing right now? Like,
I thought they weren't WWE. They were the alternative.
I get why he wants to go to 3 hours. Get more talent on TV, probably. I mean, is it really going to help that much?
If their viewers are stagnant now, what's that third hour going to do? They're not rising upward, and if they are, it's marginal. It's very, very minor increases week to week. More often, they're losing viewers by a lot at certain hours throughout the show, certain time period. They're losing like 150,000 people that are changing the channel at the 9 o'clock hour sometimes.
I mean, I don't blame them.
I'm one of them, bro. I'm one of them. Like it's hard to watch, and like watching the Bucks and Okada and the human matchstick, Jack Perry. They're not believable. They're not funny. I don't see the appeal.
I don't. I think it will hurt them in the long run. But I mean, I'm sure TNT's like, yeah. TBS like, yeah, go ahead.
I think that's part of why he's saying it, though. I think it has to do with the negotiation process and trying to get that TV deal. It's a bargaining chip, right? Yeah. Is it going to pay off? Is it going to help them? I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, only time will tell. But I mean, I'm just glad they got their ace in the hole back.
That is true. I popped. So I don't pop very often for AEW television, but I popped to see MJF come back on
when his music hit that pop.
Yeah,
no, but I mean,
but I loved it. I'm glad he's back. That segment though, like Adam Cole just came out randomly, right? It was very out of place. That could have been another Dynamite moment, or they should have said Adam Cole coming out for something prior to him. I don't know, man. But I'm glad he's back.
But I guess it was like a blown off for their feud because Cole's still injured. Not sure when he's going to come back. But
yeah,
I mean, MJF is AEW now, you know.
Did you see his tattoo?
I wouldn't. It's like Hulk Hogan getting like a WWF tattoo in '92.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Not to mention the tattoo was horrible. Like the
bet on yourself. Like
bet on yourself.
What if he leaves? Like contract is up, and he like leaves in like 4 or 5 years. Say he goes to WWE, whatever.
Right?
Like.
And now you've got that on your on your ankle. Good luck covering that up.
He's gonna get WWE on the other ankle.
He's gonna have to, right? Or he's gonna have to either get it patched up or tattoo over it. But like, he will single-handedly have the worst tattoo in wrestling. Everyone gives Cody flack for his logo on his neck, right? And it was the worst positioning. But this is not going to age well. This might even be worse than Will Ospreay's Wembley tattoo with the wrong numbers.
But even like with the Cody tattoo, it's a merch seller.
It is. And I think everyone's used to it now.
Imagine if they put a MJF's tattoo on a shirt.
You know what, bro? The marks will buy it. They'll buy it. Bet on yourself. Oh my God, man.
Someone's going to get that tattoo.
100%. There's probably someone in the various IWC groups on the internet. Someone's probably already gotten it, man.
Yeah, man.
But man,
says the maker's name. Bet on yourself.
Don't give anybody ideas, Joe. We don't need to see this popping up, but
yourself and mine.
You can bet on yourself. You've got the weebie in the middle. But yeah, man, a lot of people are talking. A lot of wrestling that happened this week. Gunther is the king of the ring. He has yet to put the crown on his head. He's walking around with it. But I'm glad he won. What do you think they're going to do with him? Like I know he's got the title shot. He's got the match at SummerSlam, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about that, Joe. Before we, you're going to SummerSlam? It's in your hometown, Joe.
Gunther's not fighting for the belt, though.
Why do you say that?
I don't care if I have to Nancy Kerrigan his ass. It's going to be Punk and Drew. Okay.
For the record, he's joking. We don't need anybody coming after Joe. I know you're disappointed.
Maybe it could be a 4-way match.
I think that's doable.
Or maybe they'll have a Orton and Gunther rematch, saying Orton's be like, yo, you screwed me. We'll put your shot on the line. Orton wins, goes to face Cody at SummerSlam.
That could happen. I personally would like to see them kind of close that chapter. Randy's getting older, and now that Cody is at the top of his game and the so-called face of WWE, it'd be really poetic for them to have a title shot, a match for the belt.
But even with Gunther and Randy having that's their first match ever, I believe. Hell of a match.
Absolutely.
Dude, the Saudis were into it.
The crowd was nuts. Randy's entrance seemed like it was longer than the match itself.
I mean, I like the whole card. There was like one match that was like a little stagnant, I would say.
What match are you referring to, Joe?
It was the Morgan and Becky. Like, I thought it was like a little.
It was probably the weakest match on the card.
It was. You know what I loved about that in Monday is Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio.
The kiss heard around the world.
But even like Dominic, like thinking like, oh, I didn't want her to win. Like, what I love about Triple H being in charge is long-term storytelling.
Absolutely.
He's dropping little crumbs here and there. He's not going to give it to you all at once.
Are so important. I'm glad they're doing them.
It's going to be Liv Morgan, I believe, against Rhea Ripley. Dominic on a pole match. Or something like that. You know.
I like what they're doing with Dom. You don't know for certain if it was planned or if there are backstage politics going on. Heck, it could be someone else from the Judgment Day.
Even though he's injured, like they're still, like utilizing him in this storyline, which is great.
Absolutely. He's a draw, man. I don't think anyone gets loud. Don Callis and Dominic Mysterio get the loudest boos in wrestling today, but I think Dom takes it.
I could see Dom as a world champion in a couple years. Being a heel.
He's got the hatred. The fans boo him.
Yeah.
They could do it.
He's got potential. I mean, I don't know if it will happen, but I could see it if they did it.
Let him bulk up a little bit. Let him get a little bit more toned. Get bigger in size, and he's a good athlete. He's a good wrestler. He's no Logan Paul in terms of his athleticism, but he's still quite athletic.
Yo, like that whole card. Even those 5 matches, that card was amazing. I thought they put on a great show.
I thought so too. It was
Some
fun.
people give it hate. I don't understand why.
I don't know why either. I think if you're a casual WWE fan, and if you turn that on and you watch even just the main event, you watch Cody versus Logan Paul. It was a good match. It was exciting. Good back and forth. There's some good storytelling, even if you didn't know the backstory prior to. And a lot of people know who Logan Paul is. He's made a name for himself well before he ever joined WWE, and he's got that natural talent.
Even Logan and Michael Cole going Like, it was just great.
Michael Cole was so pissed off with him, just screaming at him, just telling him, like, what are you doing?
Sign the damn contract. She's nuts.
Oh my gosh. But like it's fun. Wrestling is supposed to be fun, right? At the end of the day, we're being sports entertained. And as silly as it is, and you know, I want to just be able to turn the TV on for a couple hours, sit back, relax, watch, and enjoy it. And I thought King of the Ring did that, at least for
Very
me.
much so. I mean, even the Nia and Lyra spot. I mean, you had to hit that spot on.
Nia's doing their best work. I know Mirabito's really, really turned on every time he sees Nia on his screen. Probably now more than ever. But
Nia's going to be women's champion.
She has to be.
I think.
She's got to. She's the best heel they've got going right now. And when Rhea Ripley does come back, there's no way they can make her. She's loved. Whether she's a heel or a face, whichever way they try to spin her character, the fans love her.
It's like Austin 97. You know, like
probably the best comparison, Joe.
I mean, especially when Rhea comes back, like when she comes back to Raw, whenever that is, that pop is gonna be.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna wait for a big event. Bro, if she comes back at SummerSlam, you can't
hate her versus Liv for the title.
That could be it.
What if Rhea's a surprise entrance in the Money in the Bank?
And then I get to see her, and then you get to see her?
Yeah.
That could work, man.
Back to
keep
back.
The spot open. As she comes out, she's the last to come out in the Money in the Bank match and wins the briefcase and cashes in on, or she doesn't even have to cash in. She could just set the match. We're fighting at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Everybody's happy then, Joe.
I mean, just saying, it's possible.
It's going to be a good show. You got a couple guys that are going with you. You guys are meeting up. It's going to be a good time.
Yep. So will the night before.
I hope you make it to SummerSlam.
We're not going to SmackDown. So.
I don't blame you. Given the ticket prices too, like it's. Got to pick one. You're going to go to SummerSlam. I'm not going to SmackDown or NXT for Money in the Bank week. For one, I don't have the time. And if I'm going to pick one show, it's going to be the PLE.
I just hope we don't have hangovers waking up Saturday.
Oh, you definitely will. if who I know is going is with you, I pray for all you guys. I hope you guys get there in one piece.
It's funny because I'm not going to say his name, but I'll give him the nickname. The Slut has been messaging me like, yo, what are you doing that Friday? What's your plan? You know, and I'm like, oh.
He's scheming already, eh?
I already know it's going to be a long night Friday.
Yeah. You make sure you sleep before the event later that evening, Joe, because you guys, he's going to have you. It's going to be wilder than Vinny's weekend in Vegas. I'll just leave it like that.
I apologize in advance if we call anybody late at night.
That's a few months in advance. This is a big apology.
I am. Because I already have one of the people that's going counting down the days already.
Oh my god. I know who that is. Yes. I know who that is. He posts about it every night. He's excited. But he's going to every show, I think, known to man. He'd name a show he's not going to.
It'll be fun to meet up with those guys for the first time. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Especially because you've got a group of them, right?
Yes.
That's the nice thing about like meeting people from the IWC. It's a lot of fun.
Especially people that you talk to every day.
Right? Because a lot of us came together over the last 5-6 years. We grew very close with the pandemic and things like that, right? And then when you get the opportunity, once the world opened up and everything's kind of returned to normal, to meet these people that, like you said, you talk to every day. That's what it's all about, bro.
It is. I'm excited.
This is where wrestling, as stupid as it is, as
bring
much
people
as
together from all over the world.
Right? That's what it does. Then, now, forever. Together.
Oh, man.
That was in bad taste. But I don't know, man. In terms of anything else that happened, we'll see if Becky Lynch takes that hiatus. There's rumors that she's not going to be signing anywhere for the foreseeable future.
I read like Gable's contract is up in like a week or soon.
I think, yeah, first week of June. I don't know why they're waiting to the last minute of the last hour to sign some of these superstars.
I mean, especially with Gable, it's like, you know, with Drew had his contract coming up. He's doing his best work, re-signed. Gable's doing his best work right now as a heel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he will sign.
Becky,
she's probably going to take a time off.
She's got the young one at home.
I see like Jericho like, oh yeah, we'll welcome her in AEW. I'm like, yeah, I don't think she's looking.
First of all, her husband is Seth freaking Rollins.
Especially when he comes back.
Right. I don't think even just the optics of it, how vocal he's been about certain guys in AEW or just AEW in general, she's not jumping ship. No. Even if Tony Khan, I think, throws all the money in the world out, it would have to be an offer, bro, that she couldn't refuse.
Very much so.
And then I would imagine that her and Seth kind of sit down and be like, listen, like this, go, like take that bag, right?
But it's either like, you know, I'm sure they're financially set.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you go to AEW and trust them? Or do you trust Triple H, who's been with you since you started?
Absolutely.
I mean,
look at someone like Saraya, right? I think she's a prime example. Look at the TBS champion, Mercedes Moné. Okay, everybody knew that she was going to win the title at the pay-per-view this weekend, but took her how many months to fight her first match? Apparently, bro, she was cleared the whole time.
Becky's going to come in and fight Mercedes Moné for the TBS title.
Can you imagine? Oh my God, they just swerve all of us.
A secondary title.
She shows up.
Jeez.
You know what? Stranger things have happened. I don't think she'll be jumping ship. I think she will spend time at home with her young child and just enjoy being a mom.
Oh, dude.
Right?
But you know what's great? What I loved about the King of the Ring pay-per-view, you don't have Damian Priest fighting on there. You know, a few titles were not defended.
That's right.
Neither of the tag team titles. But you didn't need it. Like,
not at all.
You could put on a pay-per-view with only...
What, 5 matches?
5 matches, yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like...
Less is more. That's the thing. Like, you don't have to book every title at every PLE.
Yes.
You don't need a 12-match card every pay-per-view like they do in AEW, in addition to the pre-show.
How come Damian Priest isn't defending his title? Why not? Roman didn't. Come on.
You don't hear that though, do you? You don't hear that. But Priest is doing some good work.
WC hitting on all cylinders right now. Like, I know when Roman comes back, he'll be big. They're missing him like a smidge. I'm not gonna say it's like big.
No.
But they're still like it's just.
I think because he wasn't on weekly television, in many ways it helps him with his absence now, because it's not like we saw him all the time. It's not like he was shoved down our throat during some of his previous runs, right?
Yeah.
It was great that he wasn't on TV week to week. And I think people are only realizing that now that he is gone, that he is taking some time off. And they're like, you know what? That was the best storytelling in a very, very long time. And not to discredit Cody or his run thus far, but if I am comparing Cody's build to the title compared to what he has done so far, the build has been better, but we got to give it time. It's still early. It's still fresh. There's a lot of opponents that
Chase is always.
It always is better. But that was a lot of the critique, I think, once Cody won the belt. A lot of people were worried that he's not going to be as good of a champion as he was as a chaser. But I think he's been a good champion so far. But we got to be
two good matches with AJ and Logan back to back.
The AJ match was one of the best matches in WWE this year.
I mean,
and Logan, love him or hate him as a person, as a YouTuber, as a whatever.
Yeah.
He's a cocky, arrogant SOB, and his brother has a very punchable face. And I hope Tyson is well enough and can kick his ass. But he's good at what he does.
It was funny. Like, I've been on my SummerSlam kick watching old SummerSlams. You know, gearing up for SummerSlam, but I went back and watched the Cody Roman match again. I just keep chuckling when Roman hits Cody with the crossroads. This move sucks. This move doesn't beat nobody. I knew it. And then he loses to that move. But still, it's just his expression after he hits it. I knew it. This move sucks. This move doesn't beat nobody.
Oh, man.
I mean, you know, it's a good time. Good time. Can't complain.
No, bro. At the end of the day, like, we just do this for fun.
I just need a Macho Crown to come out before SummerSlam. So
it's. I think pre-order might be, I'm hearing, Saturday.
I need to know the price.
They have not stated the price.
I know.
If I hear anything, Joe, I promise you will be the first person.
I need to know the material, you know, like, is it like, what's it going to be like?
Because from the picture, it doesn't really give much away.
No.
You can't tell what it's made out of, but it looks pretty. It looks like the Macho Man's crown.
I know, but I need to know the price and what it's made of and everything. Yeah. Because I already got a message going with somebody.
I think
it's controversial, so I'm not going to say.
Oh, well, we're not about the controversy on PTM. Just based on the big rubber guys and the prices for those figures, a lot of people in that community, in the LJN community that collect the big rubber guys, a lot of them are very turned off by the price. They do think for what you get. Yeah. And I guess because you got to remember, a lot of these LJN guys, like they're older collectors. Then they didn't get into the game, you know, recently. A lot of them are OGs, kind of like in the belt world, right? There's a lot of guys that have been collecting for decades.
Imagine if we were kids and we bought two, kept one in the box and one to play with.
Especially some of the black cards like Warrior or who else do I got up here? Big Boss Man, right? Like or even like one of the Macho Man or even Hogan, right?
Didn't the Hart Foundation have an LJN?
They do. I have them right up here.
I remember I had Hogan, Macho, Sheik, Bundy, I think Piper.
What was the first series? Did you have an Andre?
I didn't have an Andre. Yeah, the Bundy was like this. Hogan was like,
he's a big Macho man. He's a big figure. Macho's got his. So they redid a couple Machos for the big rubber guys, and I have them side by side above me here, with the original LJN. Man, they look good. They do look good. They do blend in, and they look very LJN like. But back to the crown. If it's anything like the big rubber guys prices, there's going to be people that are very unhappy and think it's overpriced. But like anything, Joe, you don't got to buy it if you don't want it. You can put your money towards whatever you want to put your money towards.
That's true. You could put your money towards the Jack Tunney figure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Slick, power and glory.
You can do whatever you want. And that's it, man. No one's going to tell you how to spend your money. So
it's like me when I found Doink the other day. I'm like, you know, what the hell?
I don't blame you. I would have grabbed it too. Canada's so slow. Walmart Canada is so slow to get those WWE Superstars figures.
I haven't seen a Doink anywhere. So, like, he was just sitting there by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Piper. But I'm like, yo, Doink, like, I haven't seen him. Oh, here's something crazy. Don't laugh at this. Because, you know, me and somebody like to go figure shopping.
That I do.
So I go to Target. And this is what I see. I don't know if you can see it. Yokozuna.
Oh my goodness. You're going to have to go to every Target now. You probably already have.
No, I was just at that one because
I'm
trying to find the Chase version. I mean, I keep seeing Anthony Bounds, you know, like the claimed figure. But
I haven't bought an AW figure in a long time.
Last one I bought was Brody Lee, the Walmart exclusive, and I sold him on eBay.
Yeah.
But
the Jeff Hardy that's coming out looks pretty good. I know some people are gonna jump on that one, but yeah, I haven't.
They had a Penta one at Walmart. Looked pretty cool. I'm like, I can't do it. They had a Bulldog and HBK one double pack. Almost did that, but
it's pretty cool.
I can't do it. I gotta find the rare ones. Like, it's weird.
Like the Yoko.
Yoko, yes. Like, you know, since I only have the Winged Eagle belts, I gotta find, you know, something like.
Not everyone's gonna be as lucky as Mike Jones and find that Yoko like he claims he did.
Yeah.
I think Vinny's onto something. I think Jones is pull the fast one.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's true. But also, Vinny got lucky with $1 Million Man one too when he ordered it.
Vinny hunts, bro. He goes out and he looks all over. He has every Walmart and Target, I think, pinned on his phone, and he makes a day of it, bro.
If me and him are at Walmart or Target, we'll send pictures like, yo, look at this.
You know when it's like Boxing Day or Black Friday and you see people going just bananas. that would be you and Vinny hunting for figures together.
That was me as a kid. I go to a flea market with my buddy. We had like $10, $10 or $20. We're like, man, we're gonna buy all these Hasbro figures. Yeah. We're searching, can't find them anywhere. So we buy a few WWF magazines. We go to the food court, have lunch. We come back. We meet his parents. Like, did you see any? Like, no, I couldn't find them. They're like, turn around. Whole table full of them.
Oh my goodness. How old were you, Joe?
I was probably like 8 or 9.
Man, that's a good memory.
Do
you still have the Hasbro?
No,
some of them.
I do have some. I bought it's funny, my buddy, he still has the Taker one.
Wow.
Like, it's out of the box, but it's mint, like, no damage to him. I bought it was like a lot of 30 wrestlers on eBay a few years ago for $20. I got a Warrior Hasbro. Nice. I got the Sting Galoob, Luger Galoob, Rick Steiner Galoob.
I like the Galoobs. Nico sent me a Ric Flair for free.
I got a lot of Jax figures in there.
For it.
I got a lot of Jax figures in there.
I love the Jax figures. It's got a special place in my heart. Maybe it's because of how old I was at the time. But they were great. I don't care what anybody says. You can say what you want about Mattel. The Jax figures were awesome.
I probably had like 15 different Stone Colds. He had different ones.
There were so many Stone Colds. There's one that looks like Goldberg.
Like the one like Triple H. Like I had Triple H with the purple pants. Nice. And then I had the blue blood Triple H with the black. But I remember buying Flash Funk and I go to like move his leg and it broke off. I'm like, oh shit. Went back to KB Toys, like, hey, that's broke. So they gave me a new one. There was a few of them, you know, you couldn't. Yeah. I know, I'm bringing back memories, man.
You're bringing it all back now, man. Oh my God. I haven't heard that in years.
Like, you've seen the show on WWE on Peacock where they're going through like the figures, like the years. My son watches that. I'm like, dude, like, what do you... I want to get the wrestlers that sweat, the sweating figures.
Oh my goodness.
Put the
I
little
have a
drops.
buddy that I grew up with, probably my longest friend. Like he's a year older than I am, and I think we became friends when I was in grade 9, he was in grade 10. And we still talk every day to this day. And he's
Not
a
you,
big Be nice. Be nice. He's a big toy fan, like retro toys. Like I don't know anyone in person that has toys like this guy does. His name's Dylan. He watches the show sometime. Shout out to you, Dylan, if you're watching tonight or if you watch this on a replay. But this guy goes toy hunting all the time. Like he does it just like a lot of these guys on YouTube do. Like he should attach a GoPro to his head. And I can only imagine like the stories and the things that he sees. But bro, his collection of wrestling figures is insane. And he's trying to get me to buy the Hasbros. And I said to him, I can't, bro. I've got the LJNs. He's the one that got me really hooked on them too. And now he wants me to get the Hasbro. I don't have time, and I'm space.
Another Detolf. You'll be fine.
I guess that's it.
Get the Kamala with the moon.
I do have the Kamala. Not the Hasbro, but I have the Kamala.
I remember buying Crush, and I was mad because the picture on the Hasbro card was Kona Crush, babyface Crush. But you get the figure, he's got the purple and the black, and he's heel Crush. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, they send me the wrong, they packaged the wrong figure.
Taff says, go WWF, Toys R Us, KB Toys, Lionel's Play World. I don't have all of them where I am in Canada, but we still have Toys R Us, so I have that over you.
I have a Toys R Us gift card.
You should just send it to me. I'd probably get it before I get my CM Punk autograph. Apparently it was sent out this week. Tuesday, because Memorial Day everything was closed.
Did you say like, hey, I got these belts for sale. You want to buy one? Then
no,
I'll send you the CM Punk.
You know what he said? I'm gonna pull up the text message right now. I don't care if I'm doing this. I hope the slut sees it.
If you buy a belt, I'll send you the CM Punk autograph.
Oh, here it is. So he messages me out of the blue. Saturday. Sends me a picture of a Hart Foundation t-shirt that he got in a pro wrestling tee crate. And it was a beautiful shirt. Really nice shirt. And he was excited to show me. I said it was really cool. And he told me where it came from. And so my follow-up question was, any CM Punk autographs in those crates? And Joe, I thought of you when I was typing it out. And then his response was, fuck, I'm sorry, dude. I'll send it out Tuesday. It's been packed forever.
That picture's probably faded if it's been packed.
So it's probably ripped. There's probably barbecue sauce all over it, beer, vomit, and other bodily fluids all over the CM Punk autograph. So I guarantee you'll get it at SummerSlam before I get it.
I already have one.
I know, but I'm not going to see this autograph. I'm gonna have to hope that Punk has them at Money in the Bank if he's there.
I just found my Cody one. It's upstairs. I'm like, oh, to be on my Demolition autograph. I'm like, oh.
I'm glad I didn't ask for a Cody autograph too, because I wouldn't have that one either.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Like with SummerSlam, like see like what things they release at the Superstore, like autographs, belts. Even WrestleCon.
Yep, WrestleCon will be fun.
Get to meet Bret Hart, hopefully.
It's quite the experience. I think Ronnie Fields has met Bret Hart more than anyone that I know. He's had belts dating back from the early 2000s signed by Mr. Bret Hart.
I ain't taking my CS belt. I mean, my Winged Eagle belt. I'm not taking that to get it.
You slipped up there. You okay?
I'm not taking that belt. No.
You could, but then
I could.
Because you're so close, I would consider it. It's not like you're flying in or you're driving in somewhere.
I don't want people to see it like, oh my God, elitist bitch. Roll out the
They're gonna
red
be judging
carpet.
you from a mile away. They're gonna look at those tail feathers and be like, "You fucking snob." That's what they're gonna do. And then you're gonna have guys come up to you and be like, bro, can I take a picture with your belt? That's the worst.
No way.
Hello, Joseph. Can I take a picture with your belt?
I still got to get a shadow box, something for the Bret Hart autograph trunks. So
That you do.
yeah,
That'd be good to display.
I'll do that with the 2 autograph pictures of Bret Hart I got.
Yeah,
Go figure. I got 2.
it'd be good, man. Before you know it, it'll be August. I hope the summer doesn't go by, but it always does in a blink of an eye. Fuck, man, it's June in a couple days.
I know, and that's like the crazy part. Like, it's. I notice when you have weekends off, like the weeks just keep going by so fast. You're like,
The weekend doesn't even exist, man, because once Saturday hits,
yeah.
there's so many things that you have to do that you didn't get a chance to do during the week because you're exhausted when you came home and you have all the things that you have to deal with in your busy life. That, yeah, it's Monday.
Get home at 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm like, huh.
Gotta get that nap in.
That's right.
I think we're getting close to the age, if not, we're at the age now where naps are becoming a regular thing.
And that's the crazy thing is like I am like a Dunkin' Donuts app fanatic now because people at work told me to download it, so I got like all these points.
You're going down the rabbit hole.
I'm sorry, a Dunkin' refresher
Oh.
is.
Either way, they got you, bro. They got you locked in.
I'm walking by Starbucks and I got my Dunkin' refresher, and they're like, "Oh, Joe, you cheating on us?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'll be over there."
They know you by name at Starbucks, bro. They know your name at Dunkin'. Joe, you might have a problem.
What can I say? I'm loved at work and also hated.
That's it. You're loved all around the world, Joe. Canada loves you. I don't know if you want that kind of love, but I'm giving it to you.
It's a circle.
It is.
Yeah, it's like you seen I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, right?
I have, yeah.
You know, when he's like, I've been folk. Not like that crunchy to the sauce. Great.
Joe, I think we covered everything, bro, that happened in wrestling since the weekend in a nutshell. There's some other things that we probably left out, but some other podcasts probably covered it, and it's not that memorable. Otherwise, we probably would have talked about it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you had King of the Ring, and then you had Double or Nothing, then you had Raw, Dynamite, NXT. I mean, it's a good week of wrestling.
It was a good week, and I believe Jones isn't on tonight because he's watching TNA. He's got so hyped after NXT this week that he had to watch TNA.
He's watching to see if anybody shows up on there.
That's the only reason why he's not here tonight. I'm convinced.
He's got his AJ gloves on. He's like, "Come on, baby."
Shit. He thinks he can pull it over our eyes, bro.
Imagine. I want to see Jones's reaction if AJ Styles shows up on TNA and they play "Get Ready to Fly."
Jones is gonna be running around his house, bro. Just mark it out. But we love him.
TNA is back, baby.
Oh my god, he was going off the other day, man. Like he's excited. He's excited.
It's gonna be like Randy Quaid in like Major League 2 at the end. I told you.
He wants Joe Henry on or Hendry, what's his name? On NXT now. Keep dreaming, Jones. Keep dreaming. But if it happens, I'll eat my words. Joe, thanks for jumping on with me tonight. I didn't want to pound my meat all by myself, but I felt like, you know what?
I'm sorry, when I see someone going solo, I'm like, it just...
Hey, some people pay for solo.
Two's a crowd is better.
I agree, but there's a lot of strange people maybe watching us.
I ran downstairs, just to let you know.
I'm glad you didn't pull a hamstring or anything or get injured along the way.
No, I'm not that old yet.
Not yet.
Dude,
We're getting there, Joe. We're getting there.
Still in good shape. For the most part.
Oh my goodness. Anything else, Joe, that we should share with the good people before we call it a night?
No.
That's it. That's all.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to
I don't know. Joe, it's always a pleasure.
Likewise.
And thank you to everyone who's still watching tonight.
Yeah.
It's a good crowd. But we are Pounding the Meat, signing off from...
Solo is mine.
As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share the video. We love you. Good night.